Everyone, welcome to Maktab. This is our physics video series on motion, and this is lecture 3 of our physics series. And this lecture is about motion and time. In this lecture, we will learn about motion and we will learn about time, and we will learn about a new concept of speed also. So, let us recall what we have completed in the last two lectures. We have learned about linear motion and we have learned about curvilinear motion. We have seen what is the meaning of periodic motion. Similarly, we have seen the difference between rotational motion and circular motion. Alright, so how slow or fast an object is moving. So how we come to know that an object is moving fast or slow? This car is moving towards the right of the screen and the bottom car is moving towards the left. How we will come to know which car is moving fast or which car is moving slow? So to know this, you should calculate the time. We can see that the distance which is covered by both the cars, it is same, right? But the time is different. If a car takes lesser time to cover the distance, then that car is moving with a fast speed, or you can say that car is moving fast. Similarly, if a car is taking a longer time to cover the same distance, then we can say that that car is moving slow. So to know whether the object is moving fast or slow, you should calculate the time. You should calculate the time, right? So whenever we come to know whether an object is moving fast or slow, we use a new term that is known as speed, right? You must have heard about speed before also. Whenever we go, whenever we drive any car or a bike, we usually use this term speed. And you must have seen this meter in your bikes also or in scooters also. This is a speedometer. So basically what speed is? So speed of an object is the distance traveled by it in unit time. So basically speed, it is the ratio, you can say it is the ratio of distance traveled by a object and of the time in which the distance is covered. Here this meter, this is known as the speedometer. You can see this speedometer in your cars and in your bikes, and this is used to measure the speed of moving objects or vehicles. So let us see what is speed mathematically. So if you want to calculate speed, you can calculate it simply by dividing the distance traveled by an object by the time taken by the object to cover that distance. So if you know the distance which is covered by an object and if you know the time and how much time that distance is covered, so you can divide the distance by time and you will get the measurement of your speed. Now the most important thing is the unit. So what should be the unit of speed? Can you guess this unit of speed? To guess the unit of speed, you have to just think about the formula for speed. The formula of speed is distance upon time. So we generally see that distance is measured in meters. This we have discussed in the previous lectures. If you have not seen that lectures, you must see that. Similarly, time is also measured in seconds. Second is the standard unit to measure the time, right? So we can say that the unit of speed is meter per second. How to find time or distance? So we have seen that we can find speed. Similarly, we should know how to find the time and distance. So to find the speed, what we have to do is we have to divide the distance. We have to just divide the distance by time. right? We will get the magnitude of speed. But how to find time? So simply we can find time by taking time to the left hand side and taking the speed to the right hand side. We will get the formula for time. And yes, this is distance upon speed. So by calculate, you can calculate time by dividing the distance with the speed of an object. Similarly, if we want to measure uh, the distance, how we can measure the distance? Can you find the formula to measure the distance? Yeah, right. You can write in the chat box. If you know the answer, you can write in the chat box. So to measure the distance, we can simply use this formula of speed. We know that speed is equals to distance upon time. So from here, what we have to do is we have to take this time to the left hand side, and it will be speed into time. So this will become the formula for distance. So you just have to learn only one formula, that is for speed, and you can find all the other formulas using this concept of speed. If you want to measure time, you can take time to the left hand side of the equal to sign and the speed to the right hand side, and you will get the formula to measure the time. Similarly, if you want to measure the distance, the formula will be speed into time. Okay, so let us see some other units to measure speed. The standard units that is used to measure speed is meter per second. This is the standard unit to measure the speed. Similarly, there are many other units also. For example, the one is meter per minute. Some larger units are kilometer per hour or even kilometer per second also. So these are some different units that are used to measure speed. The standard unit is meter per second, the other unit is meter per minute, or the larger units, that is kilometer per hour or kilometer per second. There may be some other units also for measuring the speed. So let us practice some questions. Let us try to find the speed in this question. So the question is, a man riding a scooter travels a distance of 50 meters in 20 seconds. What is the speed of the scooter? So okay, first of all, let us write what is given in the question. So we have given the distance traveled. So we can write the distance traveled by a man. It is equal to 50 meters, right? Similarly, what we have given is the time which is taken to complete this distance. The time is 20 seconds. So we know that. What is the formula for speed? Write in the chat box fast. Yes, right. Very good. The formula for speed is, it is simply distance divided by time. So what is the value of distance in this question? The value is 50 meter. And what is time? It is 20 seconds. So we can cancel this 0 with this 0, and 5 with this 2, it will be 2.5 times. So what is the speed of this man who is riding a scooter? The speed is 2.5 and the unit is meter per second. So this is the required speed. You can note it down, or you can pause the video to note it down. Try to do these questions yourself. If you don't find the answer, you can see the solution. But first, try to do the question yourself. Okay, let us try another question. You can pause the video to note this answer. Alright. So Salma takes 15 minutes from her house to reach her school on a bicycle. If the bicycle has a speed of 2 meter per second, calculate the distance traveled between her house and the school. Alright, again the same concept. So first of all, we will write what is given in the question. So you can see that 15 minutes. So it is definitely the time. So we can write time. It is given in the question. It is 15 minutes. All right. The second thing is the speed. The speed of the bicycle is given. It is 2 meter per second. So we can write speed is equals to 2 meter per second. All right. So we have to find the distance. So we have to find the distance. So okay, we can find easily. We know that speed. What is the formula for speed? Yes, we have did in the last class or in the last question also. It is distance upon time. So what will be the formula for distance? Distance will be equal to speed into time. So speed multiplied by time. So here, what is the speed? The speed is 2 meter per second. Now here there is one problem. The speed is given in meter per second and the time is given in minutes. So what we have to do is we have to equalize the unit. It should be in minutes. Both the units should be in minutes, or both the units should be in second. So here I am going to change this 15 minutes into seconds. So can you tell me how many seconds are there in 1 minute? Please write in the chat box. How many seconds are there in 1 minute? Yeah, right. There is 60 seconds. So this will be 15 into 6, or you can say 15 into 60, right? All right. So the answer will be 900. It will be 900 second. Okay, now speed is your 2 meter per second. Then we have time. The new time is 900 because previously it was in minute. Then we have converted in seconds. So 9 to 18. It is 1800. What would be the unit? It will be meter, right? So the distance is 1800 meters. Similarly, you can pause the video to note it down. Try to do the questions yourself. If you don't find the answer, you can see the solution. But first of all, try to do it yourself. So here's another amazing question for you all. The odometer of a car reads 57321 kilometers when the clock shows the time 8:30 a.m. What is the distance moved by the car if at 8:50 a.m. the odometer reading has changed to 57330 kilometer? Calculate the speed of the car in kilometer per minute during this time. So okay, again this is very interesting question. Here you can see the reading of the odometer. So odometer, what is an odometer? Odometer, it is basically a device which is used to measure the distance covered by a vehicles. You must have seen in your bikes there is a meter which shows the distance traveled by you or your bike. So that is the odometer. So basically the reading of the odometer, it was 57321 and finally it was 57336. So we can find the distance simply by subtracting the final reading of the odometer by the initial reading. because here the odometer is taking the reading, and this reading was taken before starting of the journey, and this reading was taken after the end of the journey. So when we subtract the initial reading from the final reading, we will get the actual distance covered by that person during that time interval. So here you will subtract this, it will give you 5, 1, and 0, right? This will be your 15 kilometers. So the person has traveled only 15 kilometer. The distance is 15 kilometer. All right, now time also. So when the journey started, the time was 8:30, and when the journey ended, it was 8:50. So to calculate the time, we have to minus this 8:50. We have to minus 8:30 from 8:50. So when you subtract 8:30 from 8:50, you will get that the time is 20 minutes, right? This person has taken 20 minutes. So now we have distance and we have time. Now we can use our formula, that is speed. What is the formula? Speed is equals to distance upon time, right? Exactly. What is the answer? What would be the answer? The distance is 15, the time is 20. So what is the answer? It is, we can say 1.5 by 2. And when you divide 1.5 by 2, so it will be 1 point, not 1.5, I have written 1.2 by mistake. So yes, this is 1.5 by 2. So what is 1.5 by 2? It will be 0.75 kilometer per minute. So this is in kilometer per minute. So our first answer is ready. We have calculated the speed of the car in kilometer per minute during this time. Now next we have to convert this into kilometer per hour also. So you can write it down fast. Then I am removing this part from here because we are calculating the answer of the second part. So we have to find the speed in kilometer per hours. So first of all we have to convert this 20 minutes into hours. So to convert this we have to divide this 20 by 60, because in 1 hour there are 60 minutes. So what you get, we get 1 by 3 hours. So simply we can put these values back in the formula. The formula is speed is equals to distance upon time. Again the distance is same, 15 kilometers, but the time is 1 by 3 hour. So here 3 will be reciprocal and it will be multiplied with 15, and we know that 15 3 times it is 45. So answer will be 45 kilometer per hour. So you can find answer in any units if you know how to change the values between these units. Okay, you can note it down, you can pause the video and note it down. In the next video we will learn about uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and we will learn about graphical representations of uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Share this video with your friends. Do like and subscribe the channel.